Welcome home, Bitcoin truth seekers. It is Thursday, April 13th. It's 9:17 a.m. here in the Arizona desert. Let's check out what's going on in the world and the market. Of course, as always, BitcoinDailyView.com got more for you there. Looking at the crypto universe in squares, it's a very, very green day. It started as a mix of green and red, but right now it's mostly a green day. Doge doing great. XRD doing great. Ape taking a dump, but it did run earlier. FTT making it happen. Got a lot of alts that are really pumping, and in general, the day looks like it's just getting started. Bitcoin coming in at 30,427, up 1.4% last 24 hours. Dominance at 46%. What a sweet spot to be. Looking at Bitcoin trading volume explicitly, we're at 4.4 billion. That is actually kind of a little bit lower than average. So Bitcoin trading volume is a bit low. Looking at RECs, basically liquidations, last hour, just 1.15 million. That's good. No one's trying too hard, too short, or long the volatility right now. Over the last 24 hours, it does kind of reflect the low volume, only 80 million in RECs in liquidations. So basically, people aren't trying too hard to leverage right now, and the volume is low. Looking at longs versus shorts sentiment, 39% long, 60% short. Definitely a short sentiment for Bitcoin on Binance where the big volume is. Looking at the Dow, the NASDAQ, and the S&P 500, all green so far. Dow up 0.63, NASDAQ up 1.53, and S&P 500 up 8.1. So quite a sparky day for the big indexes. Looking at the S&P 500 here on the daily chart, it's just about to get back into that upwards channel that it was in. It's above the 200 and the 314 moving average on the daily chart. That's wonderful. So far today is a green candle. S&P 500, it is rocking. Let's look at the Minister of Evil here, the DXY on the daily chart. Red candle going back to hell where it belongs. So that's given the market a little bit of a ability to make a move today. I like seeing that. Gold, what's gold coming in? Gold, beautiful green day. That's a good thing. Peter Schiff is happy. And then, of course, silver. A few coin stackers out there. Silver, beautiful green day. Both gold and silver looking really, really strong. It's a darn good day. Looking at Bitcoin, of course, here we go. Looking at the longs and shorts, as we can see, there's not a lot of liquidated longs and shorts down here. The purple and kind of the yellow candles do reflect that. Volume's a bit low. I've seen some sells come in and some buys come in over $1 million, but in general, it's we're slightly trending up, and it seems like people are expecting that. Of course, Binance has a short bias, and that would make sense. We'll look at the chart. Bitcoin has been moving up pretty strong, but it looks like people aren't being too aggressive. The volume is low. Not a lot of longs and shorts getting wrecked. People are just letting it be. Maybe the interest, in my opinion, is probably over with the alts. So let's check out exchange trading volume right now. Some of the top 20 exchanges are beginning to turn green, but so far they've been red this morning. So just spot trading volume is on the way down, and it is Thursday after all. The weekend is coming, and I could definitely see it being a low volume weekend. We shall see, or maybe not. Let's see how things play out. Derivatives, 48 billion on Binance for leveraged longs and shorts, down 10% last 24 hours. That is pretty grooving. That is a good spot. That reflects the low volume, and also there's not too many longs and shorts stacked up that the exchanges will wipe. So good spot. Looking at Bitcoin once again, coming in at 30,422. I like that. The top 100 alts here are really starting to move. Radix, RDX, or I should say, XRD really made a move up 27% recently. It's good. Arbitrum is looking good. ARB, Aptos is looking really good. Apt. Got some great stuff going on. Doge up like 6%. I like seeing that. Why not? How about Shiba Inu? Up like 1.6. So anyway, top 100 alts almost all in the greens, making some nice gains. I like what I'm seeing. So this might just be a very good trading day. All right, looking at Bitcoin explicitly here on the 45-minute chart. As you can see, we are definitely ranging sideways. That's what's happening. I mean, got a nice sideways range going here on the top side of it. So we're probably going to come down. Would not surprise me if we just continue ranging sideways. Squeeze indicator looking good, pretty much neutral. Well above the 200 moving average here on the 45-minute chart. So, all I can really tell you, all I can really predict is we're going sideways right now. Probably going to retrace. I mean, most likely if we kind of follow the current trend, we're probably just going to do something like this basically until Bitcoin figures out a direction. But right now, I do like what I'm seeing in that if we were to do like a sort of micro chart here and be insanely creative, you can kind of see where we do have sort of a nice little upwards channel going there. We'll see if it continues. But right now, Bitcoin ranging sideways, beautiful run up that it had. I mean, I love seeing that. This 45-minute chart just looks outstandingly great. I like it. On the 45-minute chart, the longer we stay above that 200 moving average and get this nice sideways support, the more alts can explode. And as you can see, that's beginning to happen. Hourly chart probably looks about the same. Yeah, hourly chart looking nice and strong. I like it. How about a 4-hour chart? 4-hour chart looking good. I like it. Where's my 200 moving average? It's way down there. So right now, Bitcoin in a profoundly good spot. I mean, cannot complain about this chart whatsoever. It's a strong chart. I like it. Looking at the daily chart, yeah, I mean, it's above the it's above the 200 moving average on the daily. Also on the daily, we're starting to get a positive squeeze once again. So it looks like we're not going to do a retrace on this daily. Maybe we'll continue up. I mean, it is an interesting time. The world is too crazy for any sense of reality or balance. So you just kind of got to go with what you got looking right in front of you. 3-day crud. Of course, sorry guys, I have to upgrade my my trading view. Weekly chart, squeeze indicator looking good, about the 200 moving average there too. So I mean, really, this is a powerfully strong chart. And looking at the weekly here, one of the things that we can do, we can fire up our fib retracement, go way back to the 3K days of March of 2020, do that fib sequence, and look at that. That's just absolutely wonderful. We're above the 200 moving average, positive squeeze indicator. We've broken above powerfully this week the 618 golden pocket basically. So we're above the 618 Fibonacci sequence. I love that. This is a place where definitely could pump. I mean, if you do go down to the 786 fib level and hang out there for a while, which we did, then you break it back above that 618. That is definitely, to me, fairly bullish. Now, are we going to see a nice run again? Hey, it's totally possible. I just don't know. You kind of gotta play whatever time frame you're working on and see if something's making gains or if it's going down, long or short, accordingly. Whatever fits your trading methodology. But right now, I would say big picture. Looking at this, I like what I'm seeing. Could we actually be seeing on the big time frame here a mega cup and handle? Definitely could be. It's possible. One thing I would say is that if we think about it, we're kind of now that we're above the 618. I'll take a little bit of creative license here, and I would say that our last, like if we're really cruising up, let me get a horizontal ray going here. This is probably our first mega, probably resistance right here. And if we look, let's do a forecast here. What would that be from here? That would be like, 52%. So really, 54%. So definitely, could we see a 50% run before maybe we find right around here on the 382 might be a place of logical resistance. That's like 43%. So really, if I got a nice long in right now, it wouldn't surprise me if I put in like a trailing take profit of about 5%, right at about like 42,000, and see if it can actually, batter on that thing and then boom and make it happen. So we'll see. Right now, it's the beginning of possibly a very, very good time for Bitcoin. I'm not going to complain. I'm just not going to. I like what I am seeing. So there you go. And by the way, the daily MACD, of course, is positive for Bitcoin. So that's absolutely wonderful. I like what I'm seeing. So now let's really quickly rock through and look at some news for fun. Publicly funded PBS and NPR rage quit Twitter, which I think is funny because it says, government funded media now. I just think this is really bad sportsmanship. Guys, you are government funded. I know that like PBS and NPR do not make as much government money. They're not as funded as people think. In fact, it can be a lot less than people might think. Yeah, I know like, PBS and such like that are oftentimes large private donators and things like that. But anyway, just the thing is this is just, the thing is, there's no level playing field in life. It's kind of like a boxing match. Like everybody gets punched in the head a few times, even if you win the match. It just goes to show what weak crap they are. Go blow your trumpets, hello, and then talk like this and have like boring ass like modern jazz on the weekends. Anyway, I think it's funny. Elon Musk fired up. He says, why the state label? Well, because, and there you go. So he just says defund NPR, which I think is funny. NPR literally says federal funding is essential on their website. See, so in other words, like they are federally funded, they are government funded, but then when you call them out, they're like, that makes us look, whatever, like the whiny little candy asses you are. That's what it makes it look like. Yeah, it was what you are, dude. You play a little trumpet music on your between your shows. Anyway, this is something. I'm sure it sounds like I have a political bias here, but I don't. I have a constitutional bias, and basically, in Tennessee, these couple ass clowns basically caused kind of a stir there in the on the I believe the state legislature floor. Virtue signaling. They jumped on the shooting that happened there, and they were trying to no Second Amendment, protect kids, not guns, and all this. And well, anyway, one way or the other, wherever one's bias is on that, obviously where mine is, but still, these guys did something wrong, and it was not correct. And anyway, the thing is that. Well, I just wanted to mention this because this is why I would say, if you're in a, constitutional carry state, maybe you should start thinking about it. Not legal advice, okay? I'm just saying that the thing is, this character and the other character, three of them, I think, were mainly involved. This guy got reinstated, but they caused a lot of trouble. And here's the thing. A video of Justin Jones down in Nashville stopping cars and assaulting drivers in the summer of 2020. This is a person in the state legislature who then causes a stir on the floor, letting people in, trying to basically, I don't know, Jan 6th, the allegedly, another allegedly is Jan 6th, but basically just be watchful out there, because in our country, in our happy little America here, political violence and violence itself is being just normalized. Like, this conduct should have gotten anybody, I don't care what your political bias is or whatever your victim status is, this guy should have been out for this, but he's not. And then he even causes like a small riot on the floor of the legislature. And one thing about this is, to get the 70% or 75% majority needed to actually have booted these guys in the first place would have taken a good number, about 25% of the Democrats on the floor also to have voted that way. So this was not completely partisan as one might think, these guys getting the boot. So absolute ridiculous political violence is normalized. This guy should have been in jail, if not thrown out of his government job in the state legislature for this event. But he was not. So just realize in our country, unfortunately, political violence is being normalized and basically encouraged. So anyway, this guy really did this. He really, really did. And he ain't sorry about it. And he ain't sorry about causing a riot, a rumble, basically almost, on the legislature floor of Tennessee. And he'll do it again. And right now, he just got basically emboldened by being reinstated, because there you go. Anyway, fellow tech executive arrested in stabbing death of Cash App founder Bob Lee. This is rather new news, but this guy Nima Momeni supposedly was a person of interest and arrested for the stabbing of this guy. The guy who did a tech executive and executive over there at Cash App. Cash App is pretty cool. I certainly do use it. I like it. And I think it's a pretty good system anyway, but I don't know this guy, whatever. But the thing is, he did get stabbed. We all know it, right there in a nice part of San Francisco. And of course, initially it was like, it's the homeless people, it's the whatever, it's the meth heads, it's the crackies. And hey, that's a valid thing to assume. But no, it was this guy. I had to look him up on LinkedIn, and he's there. He's a third connection for me. Anyway, so I know this guy. So sort of allegedly. I mean, he knows some people that I know, obviously. Well, anyway, it's kind of funny. Look at their smiles. Look at that smile. Look at that smile. Look at that smile. Look at that smile. I call that the psychopath smile. So anyway, one's probably no better or worse than the other, but this guy does appear stabbed. This guy's really damn wealthy. So is this guy. And well, he even has a LinkedIn page that ain't scrubbed yet. So I kind of want to message him like, dude, did you really anyway, it's a sad thing. I'm sorry this guy is dead, but I don't care personally. I just care that any human suffers. I'm not sure this guy was as good as he's being portrayed to be. And I think there may have been some dirty business going on allegedly, but it's pretty darn nuts. I've never actually known anybody who had a LinkedIn profile, a wealthy, IT consultant, entrepreneur, basically let's see his story. I am dedicated to technology, a dedicated technology partner since 2015, supporting a variety of client stabbings and vertical markets in healthcare, finance, high-tech startup technology, manufacturing, and service sectors. And I'm also a part-time hitman. It's just kidding, allegedly. Anyway, guys, have a good day. I'll get my camera working tomorrow so you guys can see me. And remember, for every Bitcoin Satoshi you own, really, it's an optimistic vote for the future of humanity. And I think right now, Bitcoin, like, we just don't know what's going to happen. But looking at this chart here, getting a pip sequence from way back to 2020, I think there's an argument to be made that we're doing well. Who knows? I mean, they could make Bitcoin a felony tomorrow. So who knows what's going to happen? Don't think that they won't or that they couldn't. If they will, if they would, they could, you know. So I'm just saying, but along with all the crazy FUD that's out there, we could be seeing a glorious cup and handle forming, and that would just simply be a beautiful, beautiful thing. I'm not going to complain about that if it happens. I think it's wonderful. I think it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. It would make me happy. It would probably make you happy. Let's all get wealthy in 2023. There's plenty of time left to make this world a better place. And I tell you what, I think the most optimistic and powerful thing you can do, it ain't voting. It ain't complaining. It certainly ain't stabbing people like Nimi here does. It's stacking Bitcoin sats. Everyone is a vote for the positive future for humanity and the positive now. It means you're a Bitcoin truth seeker. It means you're a wonderful, beautiful person. Keep being you. Keep making the world a better place. Don't stab people. And I'll talk to you tomorrow.